What do you think helps athletes reach the limits of their swimming ability? Muscle strength? Physical endurance? Or is it the breath that gets deeply compressed under water pressure? When we're young, we believe strength comes from strong arms and long legs pushing through the water like propellers. But once we pass 40, we begin to understand something different. Performance doesn't just come from muscle, but from breathing. The quiet force that decides how far we can swim, how long we can endure underwater, and how calmly our heartbeat stays during the most intense moments. Today, I invite you into the world of breathing underwater pressure, where the lungs are no longer just a simple bag of air, but become a compressed, adaptive breakthrough machine, just like those used by professional athletes. Before we begin, comment the number 1 if you're ready to discover this secret. When talking about endurance in swimming and diving, most of us usually think about technique, body flexibility, or consistent training over time. But there's a secret that professional athletes hold tightly. They don't just train swimming, they train lung compression. It may sound strange, but it is actually a method called lung compression training, which forces the lungs to work under the pressure of being tightly squeezed underwater. Imagine your lungs like a balloon. On the surface, it expands comfortably. But just diving a few meters down, the water pressure begins to compress it, making it shrink. For ordinary people, this sensation can be uncomfortable, even intimidating. But for professional athletes, this is the gym for breath. The greater the water pressure, the more the lungs are compressed. And as they return to the surface, they are forced to expand again, a process similar to lifting a weight and releasing it, making lung tissue and respiratory muscles stronger and more flexible over time. The interesting part is this. Lung strength doesn't increase by taking in more air, but by safely enduring temporary shortage. When the lungs are compressed, the body must optimize the oxygen it already has, squeezing every molecule for use, gradually adapting to short periods of low oxygen. This is the foundation that helps athletes swim farther and dive deeper without panic or gasping. We all know that running, cycling, or regular breathing exercises can increase lung capacity. But lung compression training creates a special effect. The lungs don't just expand more after being compressed, they become more flexible. Like an accordion, the more it's used properly under pressure, the richer the tone becomes. Scientific studies at ocean diving training centers have shown that after 6 to 8 weeks of underwater lung compression training, the body's gas exchange efficiency improves significantly. This means we can control slower, deeper, and more effective breathing. Incredibly important after age 40, when the heart no longer reacts as quickly as it did in youth. Even more surprising is that the body's tolerance to CO2 also improves significantly. As you may know, when we swim for a long time and feel discomfort, the problem isn't only lack of oxygen, it's that we can't tolerate the rising CO2 in our blood. Lung compression training helps the body become familiar with existing in higher CO2 levels. Like learning to accept pressure rather than fight it, the body becomes less alarmed, the heart stays calm, and doesn't get disrupted by panic. This allows longer underwater activity without feeling suffocated. If you're still watching and beginning to recognize the true importance of breathing under pressure, comment OK. We're moving in the right direction to understand a mechanism that not many people over age 40 ever learn about. Now you might wonder, can I train this after 40? The answer is yes, as long as you train correctly and start in a shallow, safe environment. Simple exercises like walking along the pool floor while holding your breath allow the lungs to experience water pressure without pushing the body into stressful conditions. You don't need deep dives or complicated techniques. Just feel the gentle compression of water, walk slowly, and breathe according to natural rhythm. Eventually, you can try shallow diving after exhaling 40–50% of the air in your lungs. It sounds counterintuitive. We are taught to inhale deeply before diving. But exhaling actually helps the lungs adapt to gentle compression right from the start. The key is not to rush, not to force your body beyond its limits. Your lungs are like a loyal companion through life. Let them meet pressure respectfully and gently. We also must not forget to stretch the lungs before and after training. Just as muscles need stretching to avoid injury, the lungs do too. Some professional athletes spend at least 10 minutes just stretching the diaphragm and expanding lung capacity before going underwater. These movements not only help the lungs recover better, but also help the mind stay stable, preventing that heavy feeling in the chest. Something especially important after age 40, when the cardiovascular system needs careful attention. Not everyone entering middle age wants to become an athlete, but our bodies can still train to be as healthy as one, as long as we choose the right method. Lung compression training doesn't just help you swim better, it improves your heart rhythm, increases calmness in the body. It teaches us that breathing isn't just what keeps us alive, but what teaches us patience, endurance, and adaptation. It's not pressure that makes us weaker, but how we breathe under pressure that determines true strength. And that is exactly what breathing under water pressure gives us: a lesson about the body and also a lesson about life. After age 40, every breath becomes more precious, every heartbeat needs more care, and every moment in the cool water becomes a place to practice tranquility, like an athlete facing pressure without fear. If today you felt something new, not only in your body, but in your mind, continue this journey with me. Don't forget to subscribe so we can keep discovering the hidden strengths our bodies quietly protect after age 40. We still have many things to breathe through together.